What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks WNBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 5 picks, get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks. As always, if you haven't checked out Prizepicks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' points, assists, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS. Receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in, get that free money offer. Start winning some money over here on Prizepicks, guys. And if you enjoyed this content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Been on a roll, man. We're on a roll in MLB. We're on a bit of a hot streak. WNBA, we've been killing it all season. We're back on a streak. Went 4-1 last night. Unfortunately, Wnba let us down, man. It was a tough day yesterday for the KJK DFS crew, man. We got bit just barely on WNBA and MLB. So, but hey, we're winning. We're going to give you 5 plays, and you can mix and match these to mitigate your risk. You can go for the big 5-man flex to try to 10x your money. You can do whatever you would like, but I got 5 picks to get you winning some money. Hit the like button. Let's try to get this thing up over 200 likes. Working hard on all these videos. It really does help out. It's 2 seconds. It's free. Helps out a ton. Anytime you leave a comment, you interact with the content at all, really does help. And if you want to check out the premium content packages, I do offer those. All my core plays, my projections, my advanced metric sheets, all the stuff that I talk about in these WNBA videos, you can get access to over there. That's linked below in the description. Let's talk about these picks today, though. We got a 2-game slate, and one game in particular I really like. This Atlanta Dream Connecticut Sun game. We got some, injury news we're not quite sure about. It's a 162.5 over/under. It's an 8-point spread. A little worried about the blowout there, but I do really like this Minnesota Lynx Chicago Sky game. Comes in with a 172 over/under. It's a 6.5-point spread in favor of the Chicago Sky. Expect to stay close. Expect it to be played at a very high pace. We have some predictable rotations, some players that play quite a few minutes, some players that have some predictable outputs. So I really like this game. So we're going to kick things off. Let's talk about it. We'll go with our pick number 1, the point guard position over on the Minnesota Lynx side. And it is going to be Miss Moriah Jefferson. I like the over 5.5 assists here for her. Just talked about an up-paced game. You look at the total here. It's a 172 over/under, 6.5-point spread. Her assist metrics are fantastic. She's up there with the league leaders as far as her assist rate with a 31% assist rate overall. She's averaging 5.1 on the season, but I do think keep in mind, obviously there's going to be blowouts. There's going to be some exceptions to the rule. She's playing 28 minutes per game with a 31% assist rate in this kind of pace. Really, really like the odds of her hitting the over here. 5.5 assists. Really low for a player with a 31% assist rate as far as I'm concerned. She's hit this in 3 of the last 5. She's averaging 6 over her last 5. You can see last time she didn't hit it, time before 3. I'd have to go back and look at those game logs. Would not be surprised in the least to see if those were blowouts or some strange thing happened, foul trouble or something along those lines. But regardless, 31% assist rate in a game with this kind of a game environment, this kind of pace with the 172 over/under. Feeling really good about this. I like the over 5.5 assists here for Moriah Jefferson as pick number 1 in the video. Pick number 2, we're going to be going to her teammate in Miss Kayla McBride here, number 2. Also plays lots of minutes. So we're going to be talking about her fantasy score. I really like the fantasy score over here on Prizepicks for her. I think it's too low. 22.5 fantasy score today. I've hit this in 3 of her last 5. You can see last time out 24.8, the time before 37, the time before 30 where she hit it. 14 and 8 respectively, the 2 times in between. But she plays massive minutes. Looking at the minutes she plays per game as far as my advanced metric sheet right now, she's playing 31 minutes per game. 11.7 field goal attempts. She takes 4.8 3-point attempts per game. Gets to the free throw line as well. 3.5 free throw attempts per game. And then she also does have quite a bit of steal equity as well with a 1.9% steal rate as well. So she's going to play lots of minutes. She can score. She can get you assists. She can get you rebounds just based off being on the floor. And then the steal equity, something I always talk about on the channel. If you're new to the channel, I target fantasy score a lot during the WNBA. And the big reason for that is because a lot of times there's an edge with the blocks and steals with these players, I think. And Kayla McBride happens to be one of those. She's going to play 30-plus minutes. She'll rack up the steals. She'll get you buckets. She'll get you assists. She'll get you some rebounds naturally when you're on the floor for 30-plus minutes. You're going to grab a few boards. You can see 1 steal last time out, 5 steals the time before. That's the kind of steal upside she provides. That's what we're aiming for. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2. Pretty consistent, at least 1 steal per game. Once again, 30-plus minutes, fast-paced game. Should be plenty of opportunity to contribute to the fantasy score. And the thing is, it's a really friendly line here. 22.5, I'll gladly take that, man. If it was up there in the mid-20s, upper 20s, I might start to get a little bit scared. But where I've got her projected, where this line's set, I am certainly feeling really good about this play. So pick number 2, we're going to be rocking with the over 22.5 fantasy score for Kayla McBride in this one. Pick number 3, we're going to swap on over to the other side of the Chicago Sky with 172 over under, them being 6.5 point favorites. They do have a nice high team total. Expect there to be some buckets scored in this one. And we talked about Mariah Jefferson, but there's another player on the other side of this game that has elite assist rates, and that is Courtney Vandersloot. As a matter of fact, she has the most elite assist rate in the entire league. Last couple of games, her assists have been down. I think it's kind of gotten a few people off her. Keep in mind that last game was an absolute blowout. So the 1 assist isn't all too relevant. She's hit this in 2 of the last 5, 1 of which she pushed. But this line opened at 7.5. They dropped it down to 7. I know she hasn't had the most amount of assists, but I mean, theme of the video here, we're targeting this game because of the pace, the total, 172 over under. You put her on the floor with this kind of a pace and her assist metrics, I really think she's able to rack up a lot of assists in this one. I think she can clear the 7 line, maybe go out there and put up even 10 plus assists. Even though she hasn't had the biggest assist game in quite some time, she still leads the entire league as far as my assist metrics. 40.3% assist rate for her, 6.7 assists per game. And keep in mind, like, I feel like some of these games with the low assist total were just games that turn into blowouts for her. So I think she's kind of been on the negative end of variance here the last few times out with her assist rates. I think she's able to get back. Maybe some people are looking at her game logs and allowing this recency bias to talk them off Vandersloot being an elite passer. That's just not the case, man. I'm definitely not buying into that. I think this is the perfect game environment for her to put on display her passing abilities, and I will gladly take the over 7 assists here for Courtney Vandersloot as pick number 3 on the video. Pick number 4, we're going to go into her teammate who has been fantastic as of late since returning from the injury list. That's Candace Parker. And we're going to be targeting her fantasy score over here on Prizepicks for pick number 4. I like the over 33.5 projected fantasy score. I've got her over this pretty easily. She's put up 49 and 39 the last 2 times out. Just phenomenal stuff. She's going to play right around 30 minutes a game. And when she does, she's going to score. She takes 10 field goal attempts per game, 4 3-pointers per game, 2 free throws per game, essentially, 8.5 rebounds per game, 4.9 assists per game. She also has plenty of block and steal equity, 2.9% block rate and a 1.4% steal rate. So everything that I'm looking for when it comes to fantasy score, Candace Parker has. She even just blew this line away last time out where she only played 26 minutes in a blowout where she put up a triple-double, 10, 14, 10, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 17, 10, 4, 2 steals. I mean, that's the kind of line Candace Parker is going to put up. And in a competitive ball game where the game actually stays close, I expect it to be right around 30 minutes, if not more than 30 minutes. So I think the minutes upside's also a lot higher in this spot than it has been the last couple of games. So pick number 4, we're going to be rocking with the over 33.5 fantasy score here for Candace Parker. And pick number 5, we're going to be going to our teammate. Speaking of blocks and steal equity, we've been targeting here a ton. It's Emma Miesemann, and we're going to go right back to the well once again. Going to be taking the over 36 fantasy score here for her. Been phenomenal. She hit this in 4 of the last 5. Once again, last time out turned into a blowout. She really didn't play a lot of minutes. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Candace Parker was out. They really had a lot of minutes being played by Emma Miesemann. They felt that it was the right time to go ahead and give her a rest, being that it was a blowout. Let her only play 18 minutes after playing 31, 31, 38, 32, and 29 the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So coaching staff took advantage, rested her in a blowout. Makes a lot of sense. Expect her to be back up to the full allotment of minutes that she typically gets in this one. Expect her to be going back to doing Emma Miesemann things. She doesn't get the best matchup taking on Sylvia Fowles down low, but Sylvia Fowles has been limited in her minutes since returning from the injury. I'm not really sure she's up to full speed as well, typically playing 30-plus minutes. She only played 22 in her return, so although it's a tough matchup, I think she's somewhat limited. Also, I just don't care with Emma Miesemann's underlying metrics. She's so good. She plays a lot of minutes. She racks up a ton of blocks and steals as well. All the stuff I'm looking for. Does it in both categories. She has a 2.7% block rate, a 2.7% steal rate. So, I mean, what more could you ask for? 10 field goal attempts per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, 3.2 assists per game, 1.8 steals per game, 1 block per game. So, Emma Miesemann is the full package as far as I'm concerned until she's up in the upper 30s. Going to continue to just take this. I mean, you can see 37, 36, 46, 51, 43. Consistently putting up in the upper 30s to 40-plus points. Going to continue to target the over 36 fantasy score for her, and that's pick number 5, averaging 38.4 over her last 5. Love it. And that is my 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, go and check those out. Patreon.com/KJK_DFS. And if you haven't checked out Prizepicks, check them out today. Use that promo code KJKDFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. Wishing you all the best of luck on your WNBA props today, and we will see you in the next one.